Yeah, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. All praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles in Connecticut, the bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners, the phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To your sisters, you Achwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawah with the lesson. Yeah, so as you can see, man, things is quite active 2025, right? You got the fires, you got Trump in office doing all sorts of so-called raids, the push for the for $500 billion to the AI to increase the system, which is going to bring forth the charagma, right? They told even in Ethiopia, they have a mandatory to get their digital ID and connect it to their bank, and it's mandatory before 2026. So that's a push towards the charagma, the mark of the beast. So this year is really looking promising of the Lord's coming, right? And the judgment of Esau, Edom, and 2/3 of the Lord's people, right? So
yeah, it was a cold night, that cold raw rain. We're in the low 40s right now. You look outside right now. This is to our north. Been watching all these cameras along I-10 because really a big portion of I-10 in the western panhandle, it's still closed. And this is the reason why. This is Crestview, 28 degrees. You see all the snow, and we obviously don't have.
yeah, fair use, but 1976 Act, fair use is for educational purposes only. Not making any money off of this.
A big budget for snow removal and all the equipment, so this is going to take some time to clear out because we need it to warm up. This is closer to Tallahassee. About half an hour ago, we had all kinds of icicles hanging on the camera, but the temperatures are now warming up enough that the icicles, they've fallen off the camera, and we're starting to at least melt some of this snow, so at least we're getting some traffic along I-10 near Tallahassee. But look outside here in Tampa, 41 degrees. You've got all the cloudy skies, so definitely it has a very cold feel out there, and then we still have that northerly wind. Great looking view here. We show these true color satellite images all the time, but you don't normally see something like this. We've got all.
So yeah, this is the brief, historic weather storm brought record-breaking snowfall to Florida, which that's not a normal thing. This doesn't happen all the time, right? It says with a state record of 8.8 inches reported in the city of Melton in the Panhandle, right? Say it says snow force the closure of airports, major highways, and schools in North Florida. Wow, crazy. In the Tampa Bay area, temperatures won't make it out of the 50s until at least Saturday before our next warm up, right? So it's pretty cold out there. and that's not normal. So things are actually happening in this world, right? These are signs, man. These are signs. Even this is a sign. You may think, that happened. It happens every 25 years or blah, 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 so on and so forth. But you I don't know. With all the things that's happening, it can't be a coincidence that this cannot be. It has to be a warning, right? It has to be a sign of the times, right? This is Tampa, Florida. The weather storm that moved through Florida on Tuesday into Wednesday is one for the record books, smashing the previous all-time high of snowfall in the Sunshine State. See, it's happened before. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but when you look at things, it's definitely like a sign. Like, you know what I mean? It's got to be a sign. Like, this is not a light thing. But see, sometimes people look at it like it's a light thing, like as if it's not a sign. That's why they could just ignore, certain key things that were happening. Because you got to think, even in the time of Noah, you know how Noah was speaking about the water was going to come from heaven. The Lord probably made some type of sign that could actually happen, like it could occur. You know what I mean? Maybe like some type of dew, something fell down from heaven, from the sky, and water. Because I've that's happened to me before. I'll be walking, and there's really no clouds in the sky. It'd be nothing, and then like a drop will fall on me, like a big drop of water. It'd be on my arm. Like, I'm looking around, like where'd that water come from? You know what I mean? Just how much snow falls in Florida. It says by the numbers, according to the National Weather Service, Milton, which is in the Panhandle northeast of Pensacola, receives 8.8 inches of snow. That's more than double of previous state record of 4 inches. Also in Melton in 19. So that's a big gap from 54 until now. That's a big gap. So that's not a normal occurrence. And then when it does occur, it's twice as much as it was in that other time, which even in the 50s, was pretty much the end, right? Pretty much the end all be all, because that's going right towards the 60s, and the 60s is kind of where America started falling apart, right? That's when they had the space race. That's when they killed Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, John F. Kennedy. That their space race. That's when Abba Bibbins basically left the commandment keepers. So it wasn't too far after that, and it shows you that, man, we were coming close to the end, right? And that's a lot of snow, man. Pensacola received about 5 inches of snow, which in some areas around the city approaching 7 to 8 inches, according to Fox Weather. Right? So, hey, man. Yeah, so this is Exodus chapter 9, verse 18. Exodus 9 and 18. It says, behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. Tomorrow, about this time, right, which this is Moses speaking to the Pharaoh, right, forewarning them about letting the Israelites, what the Hebrew Israelites go, right? So behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain, right? And we know that basically that's what snow is. Snow is basically rain that basically freezes, kind of like hail. It it kind of freeze, but then snow, it comes down a little bit different than hail, but it comes from the water, from the Shemayim, right? It comes from the waters, right? From the heavens, right? And it says cause it to rain a very grievous hail. See? And hail is like, it's like a, it's kind of a form of snow, sort of speak, but not quite snowflakes, right? It's just the frozen drops, like it freezes the drops too fast, and the drops come down but if it's already like coming down already frozen, I guess, so to speak, it's basically the the snowflakes, right? It's not the rain coming down and then the rain freezing and it dropping down being big balls of ice, but it's still kind of going to the, get what I'm going at, right? Lord willing. Such as have not been since Egypt, such has not been in Egypt since the foundations thereof, even until now. So since from the time of Egypt's beginning until its demise, there's a thing that haven't happened to Egypt. And that was Egypt of antiquity, but we have the Egypt, spiritual Egypt, here in Babylon the Great, Basra, right? The merchant city, right? The bloody city, right? The daughter of Babylon, right? And the Lord is about to bring that judgment as never been since this place had been a nation, right? Yeah, this is Second Esdras out of the Apocrypha, which is canon, right? Apocrypha is very valid to the Bible, right? It's very canon.
Then turn right.
Yeah, so this is Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 11. Says, I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt, right? What Egypt is it talking about? Talking about spiritual Egypt. Here, Babylon the Great, America, Sodom, Egypt, right? Spiritually Basra, spiritually Nineveh, spiritually Assyria, right? This place that engulfed all different deities and gods, basically trying to keep us asleep, but the Holy Spirit, man. The Holy Spirit is greater than anything that they could possibly do, man. Right? Prophecy is greater than they could do, right? Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi is greater than anything they could possibly ever even imagine, right? And smite Egypt with plagues, right? And the ultimate plague is the ICBM missiles. But, these race wars, these skirmishes, right? These things that the Lord set for an amendment, these scourges that the Lord set for an amendment, right? Right? For correction, but before the judgment comes, as before, right? And even then, when he talked to them, he said, hey, I'm going to do it as it never had been done before, since you were founded, since you were created, since its conception. Something new and extraordinary is about to happen to this place, right? I'm going to bring forth these storms, right, coming from the Most High, right? And this could be their weather machine or things that they're doing here in spiritual Egypt, but nevertheless, it's happening, right? And the Lord created men, right, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations, right, of America, Babylon the Great, of it shall be smitten, right, with plagues and punishments that power, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi shall bring upon it, right? They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting, right? There it is. Through the blasting of hell, right? It's kind of like a form like of snow, or whatever. It's not necessarily saying snow, but hey, snow, is a form of that, right? Coming from the Shemaims, right? And with fearful constellation, right? Which is judgment, right? The award, right? Your award is coming. Your judgment, right? Yeah, this is Job chapter 38, verse 22. I'm gonna do the King James first, and then I'll read the NLT afterwards. It says, has thus entered into the treasures of the snow, right? Question mark. Have you ever entered into what the Most High can do? The treasures and right? The Lord has this on reserve. He you know what I mean? The Lord always have things in abundance. The Lord never runs out, right? Or has thus seen the treasures of hell, right? So that's what I was trying to tell you. Snow and hell is they're pretty close, and to think, as far as that. It says, the NLT, have you visited the storehouse of snow, or seen the storehouses of hell, right? KJV 23, Job 38, 23, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, right? And what time are we in right now? Time of Jacob's trouble, Yahweh's trouble, but it's also going to be the whole world's trouble. It's Esau's trouble, right? Because this is the end of Esau. Against the day of the battle and war. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord reserves that, right? Let's read the NLT, right? Job 38, 23, NLT. I have reserved them as weapons, right? See? As weapons for the time of trouble, for the day of battle and war, right? And the Lord's, and that was the Lord is making on this place. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, spiritually Sodom, spiritually Egypt. The Lord is making war upon this place. Yeah, so this is Romans chapter 9, King James Version, have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump, right? Which Esau and Jacob was of the same lump, had the same mother, same father, right? To make one vessel unto honor, and another and other unto dishonor. Same verse, NLT 9, chapter 9, verse 21, NLT. When a potter maketh jars out of clay, does not he, or doesn't he have the right to use the same lump of clay to make one jar for decorations, and the other and another to throw garbage into? Wow. Yeah. Right. It says, going into this being spiritually Egypt, right? Because Esau, right, took on that spirit of the Egyptians, the Babylonians, and also Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So it says, if what if the power of the Most High Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, willing to show his wrath, to make his power known, endured with much long suffering for the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, right? The one that's meant to be thrown in the trash, the one that's meant to be just trash, right? It's fitted for destruction. It's nothing. Eventually, after you throw a bunch of trash in it, it gets that gooey, like nasty trash goo in it. You ain't gonna need it no more, right? You probably have to buy another trash can. Whatever. You throw it in and throw it away. And another thing with trash, in the Hebrew, the Israelites had a place called Gehenna, right, where they burnt the trash, right? And that's this place here. America, Babylon the Great, the ICBM missiles are going to come and burn this place. But for now, the Lord is bringing on different things, storms, fires in California, snow in Florida, it ain't, wildfires are known in California, but not in the winter, not in the dead of winter. Doesn't make sense, right? So, and here it is. Florida is known as the sunshine state, and it don't get snow. It may get cool during the winter time, but snow like that, and then it doubled the record that it had before, right? The same. This is NLT 22, 9 and 22. The same way, even through the power, even though the power had the right, even through the power, the Most High Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi has the right to show his anger and his power. He is very patient with those on whom he is angry, his anger falls, whose are disdained for destruction. Hey, man. And so he showed forth patience before destroying this place, right? He allowed your wickedness to reach unto heaven, right? Yeah, so basically, like I was saying, it's in the same verse. You just had to go up to verse 17. So Romans 9 and 17, it says, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power, right? Because that's what the Lord did. He made Esau, he made Jacob. Jacob was for honor. Esau's for dishonor, trash, right? Which that's what this place is going to be. Basically Gehenna, so to speak, you know. It's going to be, it's going to be both, like, because Gehenna is the grave. Yes, Sheol is the grave. So there's going to be a lot of people graves, but it's to burn up what the trash, to clean up, right? It's a cleansing agent. Fire is a cleansing agent, right? So it says, it's got to clean this place up, right? So it says, for this purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, that my name might be declared through all the earth. Amplified version 9:17. For Romans 9:17, the scriptures say to Pharaoh, I raised up you for this very purpose, right? To display my power in in dealing with you, right? And that's ultimately what the Lord's doing with this place, America, Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom, right? Esau, and his generations, right? Right, his descendants. You, and so that my name would be proclaimed in all the earth, and that's what's happening, basically. Yeah. So this is continue on with the Romans 9, but I seen a different version, this DBY version, and I kind of like it because it's like it's saying Romans 9:17, for the scriptures say to Pharaoh, right, which the modern day Pharaoh right now is Donald J. Trump, right, which he's about to be a cruel lord in Egypt, here in Babylon the Great, which, some of these these situations that's happened, allegedly, these direct energy weapons may or may not have a part in it, right? Allegedly, right? So, but it's saying, for this very thing I have raised thee up from amongst men. See, and I like that part right there. From amongst men, because you got to think there's many different nations. There's 18 nations, right? Right? Besides Israel. So there's 17. So out of 17 other nations, you were kind of like the elect, so to speak. You were elected to be destroyed, right? You were elected to be the vessel unto dishonor, right? So this very purpose, the Lord looked at all the nations. He said, "Yep, I want this guy to be the one who's ruling in the end, that the earth will be given into the hands of the wicked, right? In order to judge you. For this very reason, that you cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, and where and who is he? Who have destroyed the earth, right? Destroy him that have destroyed the earth. Who else has destroyed the earth besides Esau, Edom? You can't go back to the time of Pharaoh. You can't go back to the time of Nebuchadnezzar, right? The Medo-Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, even the Roman Empire of so-called antiquity, right? This modern day Roman Greco Empire here, Babylon the Great, which is America, the place of bitterness, right? It has to be judged from amongst men, from amongst all these nations. Esau, Edom must be judged, that I might show in thee my power and so that my name should be declared in all the earth. So that's ultimately what's starting to happen. Judgment unto Babylon the Great. So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahawah, Ba'asham, Yahawashi, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. Elder apostles in Connecticut, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists in the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners, the phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To sisters, you Aquathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Ram Yahawah with the lesson. And I want to say Abba Ball, Kwame Sharala.